Hey, welcome to the second part of this module on educating people. This is about connecting by sharing. So in the first section, we looked at actually curating information and finding good quality articles and information to share with the people that we are working with and that we are helping through growing our business. This time, we're going to look at how we connect by sharing. So one of the key things is we need to get the information out there. It's really, really important. And we just don't have enough time in the day. So therefore, we have to rely on a range of different tools to help us. Now, there's a whole pile of different platforms that can help you leverage your time. But I think there's just a couple that make life easy and are really simple. And to be honest, I'm not all that bright, so I like to keep things as simple as possible. So I'm going to go through a few things today and show you what they are, and hopefully you'll agree with me that this might be the tool for you. If not, that's fine. You'll do this, and sometimes you might already own one, and this will just give you another way of looking at it. So one of the first things I think that's really important is you have to be able to hit multiple platforms at one time. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that when you do a sharing of something, you need to be able to hit, Facebook personal, Facebook group, Facebook page, LinkedIn company page maybe, also your Twitter feed, and maybe Insta, all at the same time. So you're not having to do multiple things at once. Now, it's different if you have a team working for you, and you can just say, here we go, this is what I want out. And the Insta person does that, and the LinkedIn person does that, etc. And they all take care of their bits. When you're on your own, you've got to leverage your time. Now, one of the things, and I've mentioned this previously, is you need to track your results, because sometimes Facebook and other platforms can punish you for using a tool that allows you to leverage your time. So with Facebook, they always prefer that you go in there and you actually post it manually yourself. And how they punish you is they stop the reach, so they don't allow it to spread too far unless you pay to get it boosted. Be aware of those things. But the only way you can find out whether that's going to apply to you, I know that's from a Facebook page specifically, not a Facebook group. I don't know about that one. I haven't tested it as much. But you need to try it out and just see what happens. Because the minute I switched back to posting on that page manually, things picked up again. So it could be different for you compared to me, depending on the topic. Now, one of the key things is when you're sharing things out there, you've got to follow up content. So you can't be completely detached from the platforms. Yes, you can use a tool to leverage to get it out, but you also need to follow up and find out if people have commented. Now, there is starting to be a range of different tools that allow you to actually see where people have contacted you across the different platforms. So in other words, you can see your Twitter feed, you can see your Facebook feed, you can see your email, you can see your Facebook Messenger, all in the one platform. And you'll see those around, and they're certainly growing in popularity. So you can kind of handle questions from anybody on any platform through the one interface. So that can help as far as following up. But you do need to actually follow up and comment when people comment. So don't just let someone comment. Make a comment on their comment. At least like their comment, but a comment on a comment is always better, and a question on a comment is the best you can do. Remember to add your own personal thoughts when you are sharing information out there. Make sure that you don't just go, post article. Make sure you say, I read this article, I thought this about it, and I really liked where they talked about such and such, etc. Actually personalize it. The reason you chose it is the key thing you want to say to people. I chose this article to share with you because I actually agree with what they've said here, and I think you will too. Remember, different audiences, different delivery methods. So some people follow Twitter, some people follow Facebook, some people prefer video, some people prefer text. For example, I love video, but I can actually read faster than most people do videos. So for me, I can actually scan an article quicker than you can speak it. So I get frustrated watching videos sometimes. I like videos for how-tos, but not necessarily what-tos. If you write your own content, there is tools built into MailChimp, for example, which is called RSS to email. So you can actually set up a newsletter that every Tuesday night checks your blog feed or your article feed on your website. And if there's a new article, it will send out an email to everyone in your email list with a short excerpt from that article and a link back so they can read it. So if you have trouble, putting together newsletters and all that, and you just want to concentrate on sharing information by writing articles, then that's a really, really good option. And I've used this with a lot of businesses to help them actually increase their flow of information out to people who subscribe to their email list. So they just concentrate on writing articles and doing a video and putting it on a post, and then every Tuesday night or every month on a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or whatever it happens to be, MailChimp goes and checks and makes an email automatically and sends it out. And I actually found this work really, really well. It's a really cool trick, especially if you've got an email list. And more importantly, last but not least, as I've said, be regular. Every Tuesday night, people expect content to come out, on a regular pattern. It's a bit like TV shows because we've been trained to expect, every Monday night is, that particular show. So you start to expect content that way. It doesn't matter whether it's a blog post or a podcast or a video on YouTube. If you really want to build an audience, one thing that has been tested is to make sure you release at a certain time every week. Now, you don't need to produce the content at that time, but you need to set it up so that it's scheduled to post at that time. So get it out there. Now, my favorite tool, and I've used this for a long time, it just keeps getting better and better. It has its glitches, all software does, is Buffer. And I swear by Buffer. Now, one of the really cool things about Buffer is they have an app. So you put the app on your phone or your tablet, and you put the Feedly app on your phone or your tablet, and automatically when you click on an article and you go to share it from Feedly, you'll actually see a Buffer as an option. And so you choose Buffer, and Feedly will send it to Buffer for you. So that's really cool. You don't have to do anything. Now, why do I like Buffer? Well, it's really simple. Buffer is a tool that doesn't post straight away. It has a series of buffers that you fill. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, so Buffer allows you to set up certain times to post. So you might say, on Mr. Web Marketing Twitter, I want to be able to post at 10, 12, and 2 every single day. On my Facebook page, I might say, I only want to post at 12 o'clock every day. On my LinkedIn, I'll say, I want to post at 2 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday only. So for each website, each platform, I can choose when I want to post, how often, and what days of the week, etc. And when I open up Feedly and I share something to Buffer, what it does is it puts it in the next available empty slot that I've created. So for Twitter, there might be already a post ready to go at 10 a.m. The next one's at 12, it goes in at 12. But for Facebook, the 12 o'clock one today is already filled. We're not supposed to post till tomorrow. So it automatically puts it into tomorrow for you. And LinkedIn, well, it only goes out once a week. So we've already got 2 or 3 articles. So that's the next 3 weeks. I'll put it down 4 weeks' time. So you can see this is really clever because it will automatically load up the next empty slot rather than every platform being hit at the same time, unless you tell every platform to post at the same time. So 10 o'clock every day on Twitter, 10 o'clock every day on Facebook, 10 and so on. Now, the great thing is you get analytics, so you can actually see when the best time is to post based on the results of what you've shared. And so I love this tool because it just fills up the next buffer, the next empty slot in your sequence. So I can go in on a Monday into Feedly and I can choose a dozen articles and it will just go slot, 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 slot into all the different empty slots. And that's it for the week. I may not need to go to Feedly again to find any new articles. It will just automatically fill all those slots and share them out for me. And then next Monday, I go back into Feedly again and choose another 7 articles. Okay, so this is so powerful. Now, as I mentioned, when you click on an article and you go to share it, so you can see the picture at the bottom one on the list there, the advanced SEO formula helping me rank for 477,000 keywords. I've clicked on that. You can see it in the next shot there. And then I've gone up to the top where it allows me to share it. And you can see I can share it to Messenger, Twitter, email, Evernote, OneNote, Pocket, Instapaper, or Buffer. There it is there. Okay, so I can choose buffer right there. So that's, nice and simple, really, really simple, really, really powerful. Now, as I said, the other way that you can share is via email. So you've got social media platforms, and then we've got email. Video would be considered a social media platform, but bulk email. So you're just doing a mail out. So you can create a campaign in MailChimp or whichever tool you use, Active Campaign, etc., and choose a template, and then post your content in there and send it out to the group. Now, it's a much more manual method than using the RSS to email feed, but it's just as effective. But you've got to go and do that. So you can hire someone, but it's a little bit more heavy. Another tool you can use is SMS broadcasting. Now, we don't commonly use this as much in marketing, I feel, and yet in the right way, it can be super, super effective. So, for example, you'll often see chiropractors and doctors and dentists and people like that using SMSs to remind people of upcoming appointments, and yet they never ever send anything else out, to help people. So you could use this as a way of getting information out there. Now, you don't send the article, obviously, you send a link. Hey, it's your dentist. Here's a great article I thought you might find useful today. Bang, out it goes. Now, obviously, that's a pretty terrible example, but you get the gist of it. Okay, don't want to be sending it all the time. Some audience, obviously, fantastic. SMS is really, really powerful. And I've seen this done very, very effectively for follow-ups. But on the other hand, other audiences feel like you'd be imposing. So you need to understand the audience that you're marketing to. But SMS is another option that many people don't bother thinking about. So I'd like you to do a tool review. Which tool would help you reach your audience? Now, as I said, I think that using Feedly and Buffer is a great place to start because you can link in all your social media platforms. And for most people, that's the biggest sort of way of reaching their audience. Obviously, email is still super important and very, very effective. While I like Buffer, you can sign up for a free account. I think it's like $10 a month actually buy it. It's not that expensive. So try it out. See what you think. Download the app. Sign up on the desktop if you want to. I find that sometimes easier. But there's also other tools such as Hootsuite and a whole range of other tools that are much more expensive. The difference between them, in my eyes, is that with Hootsuite, you've got to go and schedule everything. And honestly, I'm just not that guy. It's a pain in my backside to have to go and say, I want to put that post at that time and I want to put that post at that. I just want to go through and find a group of articles and go, send these one after another over a space of time. That to me makes sense. That to me isn't stressing me about having to open up a tool and then copy and paste that in and do it. That's just hard work. So do a tool review, find out what you've got. And if you haven't got anything, go and sign up for Buffer and get Feedly and have a go at it. I think you'll find it's actually really, really cool. And I really think it's worth trying. So just to review, you've curated your content, but you need to get it out there. You need to share it. So look at tools like Buffer and Feedly that will work together. Now, you can send from other apps. You don't have to just send from Feedly. You can probably send from Google News as well. So it doesn't really matter. Buffer actually integrates as one of the sharing options on your phone. So try it out, see how you go. Start to share content with your followers. Stop fighting all the time to, I've got to go and do Twitter now. I've got to go and do Facebook. I've got to go and sit over here. That's such a time waster. Try leveraging a tool for a change. Now, I'll see you in the next module.